What is both scary and beautiful at the same time? The ocean. Hiking, camping in the backcountry, but knowing you wouldn't survive out there. Butterflies, I don't know why, but some are just creepy. My wife. The whole fucking universe. Cheesy AF, but love. That shit is terrifying but amazing at the same time. Tornadoes. I think they're beautiful but they're hella dangerous. Space. Standing in a thunderstorm. Lightning and black holes. Flames of a fire. Childbirth. Love. Niagara Falls. Wild animals when you're alone on a hike. People. The eruption of a volcano. The vagina. If anyone told me to put my dick in a dark wet hole with no idea what's on the other side, I'd say no way, but it works every time when a woman offers up her scary sexy honeypot. What is proven to be a hoax but people still believe it to be true? Touching a baby bird will make its parents reject it. That cracking your knuckles gives you arthritis. That you swallow 8 spiders a year in your sleep. We only use 10 or our brain. If you pull out a gray hair, 3 more grow in its place. My sister still believes this one. The food pyramid. Shaving making hair grow in thicker. MLMs, boss babes, be your own boss scams. I'm not sure how many documentaries need to be put on YouTube before people will stop buying into these companies and wasting their money. It's illegal to keep the light on in the car while driving. Lie detectors. People putting needles or poison in Halloween candy. Blood in your veins is blue and red in your arteries. Literally every elementary school teacher I had kept this lie going. What is the one game you recommend to every single person who will listen? Portal. Hands down, no question. Then Portal 2 after. Factorio. Oxenfree and Firewatch are the 2 I always suggest. I do love me some Rocket League, but if someone says they've never played it, my response is good. Don't start. Mass Effect. Chrono Trigger. Subnautica. Just going to kick this off with Outer Wilds. Everyone needs to experience that. A Link to the Past. Disco Elysium is different than any other game you've ever played. BioShock. Game is a masterpiece. Would you kindly give it a try? I would be ever so grateful. Hades. I was going to say Trivial Pursuit, but I guess we're not talking about that kind of game. Smiley face. What just hits different at 2 a.m.? Guys standing in the middle of the road. Sitting outside by yourself. Waffle House. Loneliness. Water. A phone ring. Nobody rings with good news at 2 a.m. Music. Driving with the windows down. The phone ringing. Rain. Cereal. Sleep. There is a huge difference between going to bed at a reasonable hour and the absolute relief that you feel when you are overtired and just want to rest. The cat staring at something you can't see. The sound of a child laughing. At 2 p.m. cutest thing ever. At 2 a.m. barricade them doors and grab your shotgun. Turning the lights on in a dark room. Ice cold water. When the clocks go forward on daylight savings time. Taco Bell. Life. I'd why. But I try and figure out life. Why I'm here and everything. All the dumb things I did. What should you never buy second-hand? Colostomy bags. CPAP machine retainer. I have friends that disagree, but I wouldn't, personally, buy a climbing rope used. Too many ways to damage a rope. Not a risk I would take. Rock climbing rope harnesses. If you don't know how it was stored and used, it could be compromised and fail at an inopportune time. Upholstered furniture. That's how you get bedbugs. Toothbrush. Dildos. Safety gear. Catheters. Hand-loaded ammunition. You don't know if they measured the correct type and amount of powder. Underwear, makeup, swimsuit, mattress, wig. Parachute used once, never opened. Small stain. Kids' car seats. Motorbike helmets apparently. What type of people should you never trust? People who never apologize and can never understand or admit when they're in the wrong. The ones who change their personality to look cool in front of others. They will backstab you in a heartbeat if it makes them look cooler. People who talk shit about other people to you behind their back will also talk shit about you to other people behind your back. Any politician that accepts corporate donations. Holier-than-thou religious people. 5 of the 6 biggest liars I ran across in life were born against. The ones who keep asking and asking and asking for help, but never offer anything in return. People that guilt trip. They're always the victim and don't respect your boundaries. Cheaters or dating someone that left a partner for you while still with them. What they did with you they'll do to you. What type of person do you hate being around? People who think they're the smartest in the room, refuse to take advice from anyone else. People that complains all the time. People who intentionally start arguments because they like to fight. Narcissistic personalities. Bragging, I have to one-up your story types. People who are overly fake nice. People who chew with their mouth wide open. The one-upper, no matter what you say, any topic, they'll try to top it. Usually with ridiculous lies. People who talk non-stop, they make my head explode. The kind of PPL who try and make you look embarrassing in order to impress others around them. Loud people. Why are you hollering all the time? That person that believes they have never been wrong a day in their life about anything, and always tries to correct everyone. What was the big rumor in your high school? did turn out to be true. On a ski trip, the phys ed teacher allegedly porked the science teacher. Someone saw him go into a room in the middle of the night. They denied it, but years later they got married. That a teacher was sleeping with students turned out to be the AP US history teacher. He was caught, and later fired. That our science teacher was kind of a creep. I always thought he was nice. Years later he was fired and arrested for aggravated child porn. That a new student was actually a police officer. He was and the idiots were busted for selling drugs. Biology teacher was having an affair with the principal. Athletics coordinator was fudging documents on kids' addresses so they would be able to go to our school instead of others in the district. We won like 5 state championships that year. What was your WTF paranormal experience? I came back from a walk and all the cabinets and doors were open. Heard someone whispering, "Hey, come here," in my ear at 5 a.m. I was half asleep and right next to a window, but still creepy. Black cat scratched me in my basement. I still have the scar, and I don't own a cat. I was lying in bed with my BF and someone whispered my name. It scared the living shit out of me. I had to bring my cat over to cleanse the place. Haven't had issues since. When I was 10 I woke up one night to a voice whispering, "Help me." It was 5 a.m. and everyone was in bed. Still don't know what it was, but it scared the crap out of me. I am saving this thread. Lol. I had dreams about some event and it happened and the sheer amount of deja vu was insane. What would be the worst thing to put into a pinata? Divorce papers, bees, grandma. Any sort of impact-based explosive gases. Amazonian fire ants would be a scream. Nitroglycerin. Those annoying pamphlets disguised as money that tell you to go to church. Another pinata. Spray each player with water mist then fill pinata W stripper. Small flecks where no matter how hard you flick away, like a piece of cactus, gets stuck somewhere else. LOL. Scorpions. Homework. The animal that the pinata is modeled after. Milk I feel like is objectively an awful option. Especially for an outdoor pinata. Just like, spoiling in the hot sun. It breaks open. Everyone gets splashed by milk. M&Ms mixed with Skittles. What's the most out of line thing a doctor has ever said to you? They gave me the wrong STD test results. Not a doctor, but a nurse told me that I shouldn't exercise to raise my heart rate because my heart has a fixed number of beats in it before it goes out. Mental health doctor told my daughter, "You're too pretty to be depressed. I'll lance your cyst because I'm a fucking cowboy." It was a tumor. Don't worry, that's harmless. You just won't look as good in a bikini. Big punch to my self-esteem as a young teen. You don't need antidepressant drugs. You just need to surrender to Jesus. He has a plan for you. Really, our doctor comment. No need to be tested, but I'll do it if you want to. Women don't get STDs, it was said to a friend of mine, but it's too outrageous to not share it. Redditors, you just murdered someone. How would you hide the body? Nice try, FBI. Eat of it. I don't. I just blame the murder on someone else. Read a story fictional where the lady dismembered her husband's body, cooked it into a meal, and fed him to the cops. I would come to Reddit and ask how they would hide the body. Plenty of hungry gators where I live. Might as well feed a few. Back of the fridge. I don't even look there. Burying it in a cemetery. Well, that's why you own pigs. Mail it somewhere. Cement shoes. Dump body in the bay. If you've already broken one law, then you may as well lose your virginity because we all know you won't lose it to anyone alive. Buried in a remote forest or desert. Deep hole with similar vegetation planted on top. Burn whatever clothes and gloves you had on.